Good morning. Welcome to my Wednesday devotional. I hope you guys are having a great, warm, spring, sunny day like we are here in DC area. It's getting very sunny and very sweaty and humid, so I guess we're in for a very hot, humid summer around here. And plenty of pollen, the flowers and grass, everything's blooming, trees. I just love spring here in DC. It's just so beautiful. I just love it. So, anyway, okay, we are on Esther, chapter 2, as you know. And I think we're just going to, not really a whole lot to say, except we're done with PWOC for right now. For those of you, my PWOC friends, we're going to have PWOC in the summer here shortly. So, that's going to be exciting. So, we'll see how that goes. It's summer kickoff, June 6th, which is Tuesday night. We'll be doing the summer series of PWOC. So anyway, if you get a chance to come out, we'd sure like to see it. Let's see. And that's it. Just me working on all my medical stuff all this summer. That's going to be my goal. And then another project in the fall. So we got a lot going. And I hope you guys are doing great where you're at. And we have Memorial Day. That's right. Memorial Weekend coming up. I don't know, I guess maybe people have a lot of outdoor plans. I don't know what we're doing yet. Probably the same thing. I don't know. So anyway, all right. So Esther 2. Let's get started on verses 10 through 11. All right. So we're still on the part where Esther becomes queen. So this is all this very long part of it. So anyway, all right. So verse 10. Esther had not told anyone of her nationality and family background because Mordecai had directed her not to do so. Okay. Verse 11. Every day Mordecai would take a walk near the courtyard of the harem to find out about Esther and what was happening to her. All right, so let's go over verse 10. This is kind of another, situation of, well, wait a minute. Okay, so Mordecai told her not to tell anybody about the fact that she was Jewish and orphaned and stuff like that. Now, people would say, okay, isn't that lying? Because we know we've kind of put Esther up to be this sort of saint, which she really is. She's the heroine of the story. But are we making her too perfect? Is she lying by not telling anyone? Or should she just blurt out any old thing? Okay, my vote is that no. I think it was wise that she kept her mouth shut. Now, what did she say in place of that, you ask? I don't know. It does not say. So you could still technically argue, well, if she's not going to tell the truth about her family and all that, well, did she lie and say some other information? Well, I don't know. My guess is that no. My guess is based on the way this is explained. I'd say she kept her mouth shut, and silence could go either way. But when you're silent, to me it's probably the safest form. It doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad thing to be silent. Maybe it's just silent for, in this particular case, to be strategic, because Mordecai was her wise counsel. He was older than her and had a parental role, and so I think her whole game was, he told me not to say anything, so I'm not. She was young, and like I said, she'd been orphaned, and he took her in with his family, so I think she was just trusting his wise counsel. And obviously, and especially in this case, it was really good and really very wise to keep her mouth shut, because you'll see why as we go through this, why it comes out at the very pivotal moment. Oops, here's her nationality background. So I think he was just trying to at least keep her mouth shut, and for the purpose, I think maybe God had a plan. Sometimes, because a lot of times I think people will get judgmental and they think, well, that's not fair. She was lying. She was this. She was that. But I think sometimes God has us all do these things for a purpose. Even sometimes bad situations, like in the book of Job, a whole bunch of bad things happen to a really good guy. Why? I don't know. God has his own plan, and so we're gonna see by the end of it. At the pivotal moment, we'll flash back to this verse 10 and be like, now we know why Mordecai, we're assuming he had a gut feeling or whatever for her to keep her mouth shut. So, and the second piece to this, the reason why I also underlined it is, what's the big word here? Mordecai told her not to, so she stayed quiet. What's the big key word? Obedience. And we're going to see that word quite a bit here. To me, whenever I think of Esther, obedience. That is the big word that I think of when Esther. And that's why, in my opinion, I think that's what makes her great, is that she's obedient, and she's wise with that, And in this case, her wise counsel is just simply keeping her mouth shut. Can't go wrong with that, right? All right, so here's the second piece. So Mordecai was walking around by the courtyard to find out what's going on. Well, I don't know about you, but that sentence kind of struck me as a little odd or a little creepy. And of course that's with 2023 eyes. Now, back then, maybe it was more that he was keeping an eye on her. And in a good way, in a protective, fatherly way. So, let's just assume the good, you're the best here, not creepy stalker type of things. We'll just think, he was keeping an eye on her and making sure that nothing bad was going to be happening. Because, a whole bunch of women, they start talking. And she was only 18. She was very young. And the king was like 40. So, maybe these other women were older. Oh, we don't know who else was in the harem. But luckily, in the harem, they had all those eunuchs, the king's eunuchs. They're, the most disciplined, the best security guards, the finest of everything. So we know she wasn't going to get hurt. She was in a safe place. So, but I think Mordecai kind of makes me think of like one of those stage moms that are, organizing the career of the famous actress that's the daughter or something. So that's kind of how I view him. He's the stage manager, or the not stage manager, but like what do you call it, manager, managing her career, like an agent or something like that. That's telling her how to do her PR. Keep your mouth shut, tell me what's going on, I'm going to direct you. So that's, I think, really in reality what's happening. He wants to find out about Esther so he can give her good, solid, wise career advice. That's my guess. I don't know. But I'd love to hear about what your opinion is. What do you think? Do you think Mordecai is wise? Is she wise? What's going on here? All right. Oh, sorry. Fiddling with this focus here. Autofocus. Kind of tough. All right. Well, all right. So this weekend, Memorial Weekend, I hope you guys are safe and have a great weekend. It's the kickoff to summer. For us out here on the East Coast, summer school gets out in June. So mid-June-ish, something like that, and then they go back, and this year they'll be going back in August, I believe. So it'll be short summer for us. And we're just kind of doing a lot of appointments and stuff like that, and possibly our son working. We'll see, All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you can like, share, comment, and of course subscribe. Please subscribe. I really need subscribers. But definitely, really, I want you to, more views are more important, because I just really want you to get God's word and just be fascinated in going through the discovery process with me. That'd just be great. So anyway, if you can like, share, comment, subscribe, I really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.